Welcome. Return of the M.A.C Podcast, special edition. We've got some guests in the house. First time we ever had guests on the show. Got the guys at G.I. Wonder.
Yeah.
We're going to have the gentlemen introduce themselves here in just a moment, but unfortunately, the third member of the crew, Carl's not able to make it, a little under the weather today.
Mr. Word.
So, return of the M.A.C, M.A.C, Moss, Andrew, Carl. These gentlemen, so I got to know Quincy and Philip came to play basketball with us one day. And then I found out about the music a little bit later, and then I became Facebook friends with Chris, and this is my guy on Facebook now because I like anybody that's on there talking hip hop. So I got to know these guys, and then through some collaboration here, we've been talking about getting the podcast together and doing a little collaboration with the podcast and the group. So we've got a new album coming up October 30th.
Yeah.
30th. Trinity.
Trinity is the name of the album. We've got a little preview. We got sent the goods early. So me and Moss here have been listening to the album for the last few days.
Yes.
And I was gonna say, so any of my friends that put out music, any kind of art or whatever, I'm gonna support the friends just because they're the friends.
Of course.
Right.
Absolutely. So y'all get a share or whatever. Yeah. These guys are actually really, really talented.
Appreciate it.
Really, really talented.
Right.
So what I wanted to start off with to begin with is I actually wanted y'all to go ahead, introduce yourselves, and then I'd like you to actually talk about your individual art, because I think the coolest part of G.I. Wonder is that each of these guys do an aspect of art that they're really passionate about. So go ahead, introduce yourselves, and tell us a little bit about that passion for you, and we'll get to the album in a few.
Let me go first. Chris Cross, that's my real government name, rap name. Also go by Poppy Nash, that's my art name.
Yeah.
Aside from rapping with the group, I also handle all our graphic design. I do custom sneakers, custom clothes, canvas painting, all of that.
Nice.
Talk about it, King.
Let's start on them real quick and tell us about the ones that you've done for artists.
You might have seen me on Instagram, where some talent, Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
Not the name drop.
Name drop.
6 lakh. Yeah.
6 lakh Black Harry. Boogie.
Yeah. West Side Boogie.
Yeah. Something slight. Just
the guys are go.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Mike Cream, man. Don't ask me about my name. You know what I'm
Oh, I got some questions. You best believe I got some questions.
Yeah, man. And outside of the artistry, just rapping, I also I work with cameras. You know what I'm saying? So photography, but videography, that's like my second love for real. And I handle all of our footage basically.
The nicest.
I appreciate it, man. I just I always had visions of what I wanted, when it came to video, but I just could never describe it to people fully. So I was like, the best way to approach it is just pick one up myself and try to learn it. So
Thanks, man.
Hey, listen, I go by Crime Wave, real name Philip Cunningham. I'm the producer, the mix engineer of the group.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy Corey, master engineer. But beside the point, I make sure the beats are right. I make sure the vocals are sitting in the pocket.
Yeah.
And just the kind of creative director.
Yeah, like this guy.
So you're a West Side guy.
This guy,
on the East Side good.
Be the mastermind behind you. Make it sound good.
Like legit. This guy cook up beats all day, and then the next day we'll rap over all of them.
Right.
The guy.
Sometimes too fast for real. Scrolling through my email trying to find stuff.
I got 30 emails right now of verses that we got to finish. Stuff he sent.
I'll be thinking like,
he's a workhorse.
I'll be like, dang, I'm kind of piling up on them, but it's like they'll get to it whenever. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, that's how we ended up with a 20-track album.
We'll get to that.
Could leave one off. I got a question about I did my little research on y'all a little bit. I was seeing all the names. I thought it was about 5 of y'all.
Oh, wow.
So I need to have some understanding as to why y'all got the names that y'all have, because of course Mike Cream really threw me off. off. Really threw me off.
You gotta say the pause.
Didn't even know what that is. The Poppy Nash. I think it was Willie Works. Was another name that you got? Willie Work? Is that another name you got?
Willie Cook.
Willie Cook. Excuse me. My bad. Willie Cook. Please explain me these alter ego names y'all got. Where y'all gotta get these names?
Yeah, we got you.
I'll get mine out the way. Mine is basically like, I tell everybody to ask me this because I get asked this frequently.
I'm sure.
And for good reason. You know, I understand it.
Right.
But it's just like a bad tattoo. I tell people all the time. When you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
When you're young, you get a bad tattoo.
But it's not permanent though. You could have changed it.
I could have, but I'm like, you know, I'm just, I keep the facts though. But like so many years are going by and I'm just sticking with them like, screw it, man.
That's
I
what
was
it
like,
is.
so now I just take it as another challenge. Like, I want to make people respect the name. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's like, yo, if an artist is dope enough, you're going to like it regardless.
Gotcha.
But I just heard it, bro, honestly. When like we were young, I think it was probably like 12, 13 on a basketball court. Somebody just said that name randomly.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm going to take that. That's a rap name now. And since I was like a freshman in high school, I've been running with it. You know?
Right. All right.
I want to just clarify something you just said. So you were talking about you wanted to be like basically good enough to overcome the name.
Yes.
So are you telling us that you're such a good rapper that you had to
Put
make
your own
name?
burden on yourself.
Yeah, you're like, rap is too easy.
Let me make this tough. Y'all gotta rock with my creams now.
That's what I heard. I just
Not
wanted
at
to
all. It's just like, I really made a bad decision at a young age, and I'm standing in it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's fact.
What about y'all, man?
Willie Cook is an interesting name because
I agree.
It really comes
Like
from
Stove God cooks. It's a fire name.
it really just, I think it's just a testament to just like my goofy side, just our goofy side, because it comes from like, okay, first of all, it's a chick's dad from down the way. It's actually his name, and and one of my friends looks like the chick's dad, so I started calling him that. But then he started calling me that. And I was like, that's funny.
That's funny. I'm gonna take that.
We really ain't got no D. Like, I know y'all want it to be symbolic, but it's like,
You know what I'm saying?
Hit you with the reverse call.
Right. And then that's how that came. But Crown Wave actually has a meaning. And it's significant. It's like it's an acronym for like it's Christ really is moving everywhere, and then the wave like.
a wave 5.
Yeah, so like, you know,
okay.
like producing and stuff. So, you know.
I got you.
That actually has meaning.
Right.
I was thinking after you said that, I was like, I should try to go with an acronym for my cream.
Maybe I have to figure this out a little bit more.
Maybe I'll kill every.
Price rules everything around. I'm out here.
Make it work. All right, so what we got?
Poppy Nash.
Another
Poppy Nash. I thought she was a Latino singer coming out.
So Poppy. So I'm originally from New Jersey.
Right.
After I lived here, went to high school and stuff, I moved back to New York, and I used to work with these Mexican guys at the pizza parlor, and they didn't never say my name. They only called me Poppy.
That's
right.
So that just stuck with me. The Nash came from them. So we got this thing like if you like around us long enough, everybody gets a nickname.
Yeah.
But like your nickname will start off as something but evolve.
Oh yeah. Trust me, I know with my boys. Yeah. I got so many names.
So mine started off I think like as 88.
Yeah.
Because it was a bar or something like it's so trash. I was like, back when we made secular music, I was like, I got 2 4/4s, you get the 88. So so they stuck with that, and like 88 went to I think Baby Nate.
Yeah, like we were just mocking how he sound when it kept going. Like we weirdos for real. Like,
See, I'm not black people, white people's nicknames are just. I got called my last name.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Baby Nate.
the remix.
There you go.
Most of the time comes off a joke though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
I think Baby Nate went to like Baby Nash and then Nash.
so many evolutions.
But we have some friends to where like it'll start off as water bottle, end up as TV.
It's crazy. But so to answer your question, there's only 3 of us.
Gotcha. And I found out that y'all was brothers. Didn't know that.
Wow.
Didn't know that. I was like, what?
A lot of people think.
Yeah, they're twins.
A lot of people think we're twins.
Yeah, but there's some people that's like, I don't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of, I can see it now that I know y'all. I was like, all right, I see the similarities, but I get it now.
I did.
I guess I want to pay attention as much.
I got you.
I thought y'all were like Wu-Tang. How did y'all start rapping together?
Oh man, me and him. So like growing up, huge Bone Thugs and Harmony fans.
Yeah.
Like that's all we would listen to, like fanatics.
Like our big brothers.
Yeah, man. But the only other guy that we would occasionally give some spins to was Lil Wayne, because as you know, as we were getting into rap, that's when he was coming into his prime, and he was like,
Weezy.
bruh, come on. That was a whole era. So we was like just listening to him, and sometimes we would just be chilling in the car or something, radio going on, and like we would freestyle over just to play around. Again, from the silliness.
Yeah, from the
like we would just be mocking people and rapping in their voices. Yeah. And then like we would hear, like occasionally we would say a hard bar.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, that could be, you know,
That could be hard,
rapping in my normal voice. Like, and honestly, that's how it started, man. Like we just freestyled a bunch together. And I think I actually picked up a pen and started writing when I was in like the 8th grade. You know, started to, you know, just a tad bit take it seriously.
Play around with it.
Yeah. And you were rapping when you moved down here.
Yeah,
right?
I moved down here like 12 or 13, like 7th grade.
Yeah, 7th grade.
Yeah, I was already rapping. I think between like just having older brothers and cousins, and you know, my probably older brother and cousins. They listened to like a lot of 50 Cent, Jay-Z.
Right.
I was big on Cassidy. He's funny now, but that, you know,
Cassidy had his time.
Yeah.
He had his time.
You gotta respect.
And I just got real caught up in like the real lyrical rap and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just think the like way my mom works, like creativity wise, that was just something that really made me want to rap. It's just wordplay and like imagery and stuff like that.
Right.
And being in Jers.
Yeah, that too.
Right.
And then moving down here, I would say.
You ever get into battle rapping or anything like that?
Nah. I mean,
I had to ask you like Cassidy.
Not really. I feel like most people, I think when I moved down here, they probably was the only ones that really like took rap seriously. Like was actually rapping. So like me and Philip, we didn't like meet each other until like 12th grade.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, cause me and Quincy was in the same grade. We were like 15 days apart.
Facts.
So like when I started rapping like to people, you know, like in school and stuff like that, they will always mention Quincy.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they would mention me to him.
Yeah.
And they'll always be like, yo, Quincy better than you. They'd be like,
Chris better than you.
yeah, it would just go back and forth.
Yeah.
So like, it would just be like, and that's really much how we met. I think through a mutual friend.
Yeah,
for real.
facts. And then like
Y'all had beef to start off. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
He did this to me.
Is a diss track somewhere? Is a diss track somewhere?
It was just a friendly, you know, just rapping in class, and
that was at the lunch table, right?
either that or Mr. Watson class.
Okay,
Yeah, you know, he threw a little line in there, and I was calling me on guard.
Threw a line.
We just rapping.
Slight jab in
It was like, I was like, everybody hates Chris. They even made a show about it. And like, I was saying it from like, yo, they hating on my man. I wasn't saying like, I hate you. I'm not one of the haters. You know what I'm saying? I hate you too, Chris.
But see, everybody else think like that.
Like, nah, you got him.
They gassing up. See, if nobody made a reaction to it, I was just like, you know.
Chris tells the story differently.
I'm crying, man.
You got him.
That's hilarious.
Then we just ended up becoming like best friends.
Yeah,
for real.
so like senior year, we both had chorus together.
Right.
So we got super close during that time. You know, and by the end of that year, you know, it was time for you to move out of your crib. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really had nowhere to go. We was thinking about going to the Marines at one point. And I was like, I'm so glad I didn't. Like, I just didn't. I mean, I'm sure it'd be like extremely beneficial, but I just don't think that was in the cards for me. You know what I'm saying? That was
I
just
know a lot
more.
of people would take that route.
Yeah. It was more of a like in the moment thing. You know, when you get to that point, you start to feel pressure. You're like, you compare yourself.
Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do now.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like, yo, I gotta have something to tell people. I'm doing something.
Exactly.
And I was like,
Shallow
yo,
reason.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, so he ended up moving in with us, and you lived with us like 2-3 years, something like that.
Yeah, that's when it really got tight.
Brother,
that's when the cooking started coming up right there. Y'all in the same spot. Y'all was cooking
like,
up.
literally, like the day we moved together, me, Quincy, like we was in the car, like already rapping, like the day.
I remember the beat out because I sampled Madonna.
Yeah,
and it was like,
you had that CD.
yeah, it was like a weird like ASAP Rocky type beat.
Yeah.
And they all just like, yo, we done this. I'm like, man.
That's it.
I think I was
Going crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Used to be in my mom's car at night, all three of us in there just rapping, going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's fine.
All right, so one of the things that y'all kind of already mentioned, talking about Bone Thugs, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne. I wanted to ask about the influences, who y'all listened to growing up, but specifically, like, if you feel like they influenced your music. Okay. I assume Bone Thugs.
I'm about to say,
So let's start with that right
for
there.
us, it was for sure just Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, we were obsessed, bro.
Yep.
So they have a lot of influence on me personally, I can say, and you too. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Just like, I'm naturally drawn to melodic sounds, you know what I'm saying, and harmonies and stuff like that. I think that's probably why I prefer to listen to like R&B over hip hop today. You know, if I had a choice.
Heck
But
yeah.
that, and then, you know, guys like Wayne. I don't know. I feel like he was like the only one that ran that era when we were coming up that like I listened to for like lyrical content. Right, you know, so I mean, every other person I heard at the time, it just sounded like they were trying to sound like him.
Sound like Wayne.
So, you know what I'm saying?
right.
So I would have to say like him and Bone were like just the two biggest influences in my childhood for sure.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Like, I like literally my sound is like a meshing of those, and then it's like everybody else, you know, just fall in like behind them.
Yeah.
It's like Bone Thugs, you know, with the musicality part, like the melody, the harmony, and all the nice, you know, R&B type stuff.
That's what I will say too. You saying that reminded me of our dad. Like like a huge music head, listen to all this like funk and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, all the old classics coming up, he would just blast them every morning. Well, especially weekend mornings. And you know, just hearing all that definitely played a huge role in like development of the sound and what I like. You know what I'm saying?
real.
Guys like, you know, the Gap Band, Charlie Wilson, all that. Like, he's
And
probably my
loving
favorite singer of all
samples.
time. Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Can't go wrong.
It's like Ty Dolla Sign's daddy.
For sure.
I would say for me, like I say, Cassidy, definitely Lil Wayne. I think that's for everyone.
Yeah. If you a rapper.
Definitely, I would say a lot of Jay-Z and Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe was my guy.
Man, Lupe is dope.
He on another caliber.
Yeah.
Definitely. And a lot of people hate on him. I feel like he do like sometimes he raps too smart. Like for some people,
going over people's heads.
like super intellectual, like all the time. But like I really like it because like if you really break down his bars, like the double, triple, quadruple entendres and stuff, it's like just like a mural, it goes crazy.
That's kind of like the argument I be making for Wale. A lot of people don't get it. Kids don't get what he's saying.
Leave it on Wale. Like, he's fire.
Like lyrical. But yeah, I would definitely say, and same like with my dad too, like growing up listening to Gap Band and stuff, he always made me listen to like Rakim and stuff like that, like old stuff that I hated. But I respect it now that I'm older, but back then I'm like,
I swear, bro.
He was just like, he would call my music, like, I think one time I was like on a road trip with him, and I was listening to Free Spirit by like Drake and Rick Ross. Like,
that's
like
funny.
this is trash.
That's how it always is.
He started off with that, then he like played like a Rakim greatest hits. And I was like, listen, I'm like, why is he rapping like that? Like his flow is terrible.
I swear, like you said, when you get older, bro, like I've been listening to that old stuff sometime, and then like it gives me chills thinking about like hip hop and like how it was born and where it came from.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
That's fire.
Like, you know that rap tape you used to listen to? It had Freak Tales by Snoop Dogg.
It had Mac 10.
Dope Man by Mac 10.
It had the Bone Thugs done a F the Police cover.
Yeah, it had Big Old Boy by LL Cool J.
Yeah.
It was like, this is a raunchy tape. We would play it when our daddy would leave or mom would leave.
If my parents would leave us home alone, we would go get that tape, put it in my dad's cassette player, and turn the speaker all the way up, and have it so loud throughout the house.
And I was saying, like, even though I was there, I still felt like God was like, you.
Yeah, it's like you just feel like you're on edge the whole time. Like, yo, can't nobody hear me listen to this.
See, I got like the same thing is crazy. Like with my parents, like growing up, like my dad really didn't like Well, I would say my mom would let me get away with it once in a while, but like my dad really wouldn't like let me listen to like X-rated music like that.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a lot of times I have like a little USB, and I'll get somebody like put music on it. So when they go on, I'll like play it.
Oh, damn.
But like funny story, like I remember one time I think I was like in 8th or 9th, and like my dad found it, and like I remember I was getting ready for school, and like you remember like Lil Wayne's Every Girl, like young, like the extension version. I remember I started hearing it like loud. Like,
Oh, he was cranking that girl.
like, it's crazy. Like him and my grandma was in the room, and I was like trying to walk out the house real fast, get to the bus, and my grandma was like. She's like, Chris, you know what this means?
No.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, it's like crazy stuff like that. Like looking back, it's hilarious, but it's like,
Man, I'm very
yeah,
weak.
like the extent I would go through just to like listen to rap music is like crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Used to be in the room with the radio turned as low as possible.
Yeah.
Like ear up against it, trying to hit record and play and get it on the tape.
Yes.
That
Exactly.
is very, very funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those were the days.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
There
fun.
you go.
For sure.
Good stuff.
One of the you had mentioned still with the influence type thing. You had brought up battle rap,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go fast forward a little bit to on the album. It was which song was it? You Call Her.
Okay.
Your wordplay on that. I was gonna ask you. I was like,
Okay.
he clearly likes battle rap because like the wordplay in there was so
Nice.
battle rap esque. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so dope. I don't even remember the bar, but it was like when you were talking about foster care and flipped,
yeah.
like
Foster care,
multiple
yeah.
word, yeah, foster care, foster care.
Right. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was
I remember
that was
yeah.
hard. So,
It really was.
do you think that's like just played a little bit in how you like to write your rhymes, or
battle rap definitely a huge part. Like it'll be like when we was living together, we would like literally spend hours in Walmart parking lot on Wi-Fi,
Eating
like,
yogurt.
like literally eating yogurt, yogurt subs,
It's a weird combo, but yeah.
yogurt subs and candy just in the Jeep. Plug the aux cord in.
Shout out to Lay's salt and vinegar chips.
Just go on YouTube, find the latest,
We
snag
watched
URL.
so many battle raps.
So like back to back to back, studying them joints.
Yeah.
Like definitely a huge
That's a
influence.
fact.
That's right.
Personally, like Daylight's like my favorite
Alright,
that's
battle
nice.
rapper. Like his pen is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I think, especially lately, I feel like I wouldn't say mimic my pen after, but like I set that as the bar to be like, if he say something crazy, I'm like, I gotta go up here.
Yeah, you gotta go.
if Daylight were quick to antics, I feel like he would have been like already been respected.
The
as
GOAT,
equal.
like
Real.
like Crown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
You can't take
He
a
went
dump
crazy
on stage
recently,
and
right?
stuff, though.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Recently,
did.
he went crazy
Yeah,
on somebody.
against
Tay-Rock,
Yeah.
Tay-Rock, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
He's never
Yeah, he ain't had to do him like that.
Tay-Rock wasn't trash.
No, yeah, Tay-Rock went in.
Yeah, but just Daylight was like,
He
oh,
crushed
that
it.
much better.
He crushed it.
Oh my
He
goodness.
did like a whole verse
All the
just
rock
on the
flips.
name.
Just on
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah.
It's like
So hard.
30 bars of rocks.
30
like
balls
30 rounds.
Dirty rock. Oh, look at Mo's got bars.
That's hard, man. Hold on, I think this is like a rabbit trail, but I think K-Shine was on Facebook, like showing off his snacks. Like he had the most random snack. He was like, look at this. He was like, get the snacks up. I got some hot and spicy
Snacks up.
chips and just like cheesecake Oreo. He was like just showing these random snacks. I was like, what's he doing?
Battle rappers are just competitive in
Yeah.
every arena. Ain't nobody got better snacks than
But
me.
they're the worst dressers though. Like
Yeah.
terrible.
You're right.
For sure.
Especially
What's up? Well,
DNA.
Conceded used to be fresh.
Yeah,
Conceded used to
the
be fresh. That's the only one.
Only one.
I knew he was talking about DNA.
But DNA is terrible.
I knew that's what he was
Yeah, with the 100 emoji.
Yeah, terrible.
Get ready, drink
Tay-Rock
water.
with the big hats.
like it's 05. It's terrible.
Oh man.
Watch your hat covering your ears and it's not a stocking cap.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
definitely
back.
battle rap. Definitely
Yeah.
a huge part.
Let me see. What I got to ask y'all? How do y'all write? Do y'all write with pen? Do y'all use your phone? Do y'all go off the top?
See, this is why I wanted Moss here because I'm the only one that is. I'm not a creative. I have no creative talent. I'm here doing.
You got a little creative.
I'm
You be
doing-
bringing it out every now and then.
Andrew Wayne the God just leading this conversation. But I wanted to hear another rapper ask rapper questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
never
Wolf
thought
time. I stepped out a little
Nah,
bit,
man,
but I get the feeling to want to do it every now and then.
Exactly. You never can just leave it alone.
Let's
Like I
hear about
said,
the writing process.
Yeah, how y'all write?
with me, man, like I really hate the fact that I've turned into one of those people that use the phone all the time. Like,
Right.
I really want to get back to the pen and pad.
Yeah.
The phone just be so
It's
convenient.
so
bro.
convenient. Yeah, because I used to be pen and pad too the same way.
Yeah, bro. I swear. So, but yeah, for the most part, just in my phone. But I would say even more so than that, it's like if I get like a line that I think I can make some out of, I just jot it down in my phone and try to build on it later.
Yeah.
I'll probably do that more than anything.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Well, yeah, me, I'm an avid like voice recording type because
okay.
like back in the day when I didn't have a phone, I literally had a duffel bag full of scrap paper with
Yeah,
notes.
like you literally had a sports duffel bag full of like loose leaf paper full of raps.
And I would
back.
take it to the studio. I was literally taking it to the studio.
Bag full of bars.
I would literally get in my bag and I would like literally I would come to the studio, dump it out, pick up like okay, this would be good.
This will work with this.
Yeah, piece
Like,
it together. And
I
write it out.
heard when did Chappelle say he did that with his last thing?
I don't know.
He made a joke about that, how he like would just put random words in the bag and just pick them out and then he'll make a joke out of it.
That's crazy.
Like he was just doing it like
genius.
that.
Legendary.
That's a bit of a flex, right?
Yeah,
it is.
that's genius level.
Must be nice.
I would say for me, definitely, I prefer like actually writing on pen and paper.
Yeah.
Especially like when we was younger, because like Quincy would bring a laptop to school and the mic and stuff. So I like have like binders full, like 5 subject notebooks, like bringing them to school.
Me
just
too.
recording
The
and
rhyme books get thick. I mean,
Yeah,
like
we used to have the binders with them in there, flipping through.
Flipping through so we could record. But
was
like I
sick.
said, now definitely the phone.
Yeah.
Even though I do get sidetracked, I'll be scrolling, trying to type Facebook or something like that, or Twitter, or whatever.
Big facts.
But yeah, and I'll brag on them because I know they ain't gonna brag, but definitely I'm not gonna say probably the best freestyles like off the top of the head.
Right.
Hell,
It's a tough thing to do. A lot of people think it's easy.
Yeah,
bro.
I can't do it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like
I can
But-
I think I told Andrew this before. Like if I get 2 good punchlines in my head, like on the 4th bar and on the 8th bar, I bring them out. But on like the 1 through 3, you know what I'm saying, the lead up bars, like I can say whatever to get to that bar.
Right.
But after about 4 to 8 bars, I'm just like, I sound so
Yeah, that's
elementary.
going on, yeah,
But
yeah.
with him, bro, like his
it's-
relative thinking is crazy. It's like he'll relate this to this and then this to this.
Yeah.
Before you know it, he's been going for 5 minutes.
Yeah, like,
And
right.
I'm like,
I was about to
It's a
say
tough thing to
that.
keep building on the rhyme like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
I was about to say that that's actually another way I write. Like if I'm getting writer's block, I'll go to Google. I'll Google like just random pics, random like something like that, and I would just be like, I look at it and I'll try to pull from it.
Yeah.
and I take what I see and try to make a punchline of it, create a story. off
Yeah.
it. So,
But definitely like if you in a crowd or something like that and like someone like rap, you might not rap at first, but you're gonna rap. Yeah.
there you go. Yeah.
Always take the pressure off me because I can't.
Yeah, come
I'll
on,
give you a
Chris.
ring. I act like it's a
tough
freestyle.
thing.
I act like I forget something.
Real funny.
But,
Have you ever tried to make a song just off the top?
Yeah, I feel like there was like a few months where I would just like when we would record, I would just like do the punch in, punch out thing like Wayne was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Where I didn't write anything, which is. But
I think I can.
I mean, I can do that sometimes. It's just not my favorite. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Yeah,
Like,
for
I
real.
feel like I like my trains of thought to be more consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather
Facts.
than-
And at the end of the day, like people are not as impressed if they hit on like a recording.
Yeah.
because it's like yo, you
like
you
they
had
can't
time.
tell.
Unless you just really nice doing it like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you like Wayne, like he
or
was
somebody,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Exactly.
And like and then with that style of recording also is I kind of have trust issues with myself. It's like, okay, I said these 4 bars and then this is the 5th bar that comes to mind, but it's like, do I just go with that? I feel like sometimes if I don't think more, then the rhyme can become too simplistic. It's like you didn't really put any effort into this. You know what I'm saying?
That was my thing. Why I ain't like freestyling them because I just get too scatterbrained.
Yeah.
I just be thinking about different things. I say like, why would I say that? Like,
on one bar you be in love, next bar you killing somebody.
Yeah. You be all over the place.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like same for me. Like I think I think too much when I'm like trying to freestyle. Like, because I want everything to be like perfect. Like every line gotta be hard.
Like you lay in the verse.
It's hard for me to say, like you were saying, like something like 3 bars to build up. And hit on the 4th bar. I'm just like every bar gotta be like. Like even when we make songs that's like just trying to be catchy, like simple songs. Like I'll be telling them like it's hard for me to write, like trying to write simple.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Feel like I'm like slacking.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that specifically for you.
Yeah, like
obviously, like I said, I never rapped. I've written stuff before because I do like to just write, writing in general. But I have tried to put it like in form of a verse before. Yeah, and I'm like you in that I was a huge Lupe fan. Royce, like the craziest, the crazy. So I start writing, and I'm just like, I read it back, and I'm just like, this is so trash. Like, why isn't this word going back to this one? And like I'm supposed to be able to do that, you know, off the top. But I feel like somebody that thinks like that or appreciates that quality as like a top thing. Probably is like, I'm not trying to put out a freestyle because I want it to be like crazy, insane word flips.
Yeah, I love it intricate. I love it to where it's like I'll put it out and it'll take you time to like really listen to it to get what I'm saying. Like that's just how I write.
Yeah. So how did y'all like learn how to write? Like how did y'all know how to count bars when y'all started rapping? Or because I think that was the thing that like when I was younger, before I was rapping, when I used to just listen to music, I would play music and I would play, stop, and go and write the lyrics down to the music because I wanted to learn the verses. That's how I learned to write. So when I started trying to rap with my friends and stuff, I was writing so fast. I write my verses like, bro, why you write? I used to write people's lyrics down. So I just, so I never knew how to count bars, but I knew how to write people's lyrics. So I would write my lyrics.
Okay, so like listening to Bone Thugs, they had 5-minute songs where they just keep rapping. I definitely couldn't count bars that way. Right. But I actually was the first one to start messing around with beats, like beat making. So I was on Mixcraft, and that's how I learned to count bars. Okay. Like they had little loops on there back then. And I'm sure they still do, where you could just place them, you know what I'm saying, just drag and drop. So that was easy for me to count bars that way.
Yeah, and the metronome, keeping your own beat.
Absolutely. And then I started listening to like industry radio songs, and then I actually started counting, you know, the bars. And I'm like, okay. And then, he should be ending right here, and that should be 16. And then when they stop and they go back into the hook, that's a 16.
Yeah, because it used to like when we were recording with new people and they don't know how to count bars. It used to be so frustrating. I was like, yo, the hook come right here. Just stop it. I'm like, why don't you don't get it? Not knowing that I'm just used to doing it. So it's like I just hear it all the time. That's where the hook come in. That's where that verse in. And the beat, you can just hear it in the beat.
That's a real thing, bro. That's a real thing.
Yeah, because I don't think I ever knew. I recently learned when I started to study like music production, and then that's how I was like, cause this is how you count. And then because I remember you are something like 16 bars like equal to like a minute. Yeah. So I would just like, like even if I could like, cause like some beats are like double time. Yeah. So like the 5th bar actually land on the 9th bar. Yeah. So I gotta like count different. Exactly. So then I was like, okay, switch the time. So I was like a minute. Like, okay, this is where it stops. Yeah. And that's how I kind of learned how to do it.
Understanding that if you rapping at double time speed, you can fit 32 bars into a 16 bar slot.
Right. Exactly.
That's I think for me, like I first started, I would like find songs I already knew, and I would like mimic their flow. So like it'll be, I would just change their words basically, but keep the same flow. And then I just remember like every 4 lines is like each line is a bar. So every rhyming line, like 4, 4, 4, like that. That's just how I did it.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's another good question.
That's good rap talk.
I wrote down here Moss the Rapper on my notes. I think I'm gonna just start calling him that. He's got the good questions.
Love his hip hop.
You had mentioned to me before when we were first just kind of talking about even doing this at all, that you wanted to, there was a reason behind the album length and the sequencing. So I want to go ahead and get into the actual album a little bit more. I told you me and Moss got to listen through it. I've listened through quite a bit over the last couple of days. I get familiar here. But go ahead and walk me through that. process? What your thoughts were with the sequencing and the length?
He could be more
Whoever wants
to answer this question, because like I would say, like for the majority of the albums, like I said, we were saying earlier, he'll come to us with, you know, complete ideas and half of the song already finished. He's like, okay, yo, put your verse here, I sign here, and that's a song. You know what I'm saying? So like,
or you got a template set and ready to go.
Exactly.
Just go record your verse.
Exactly, bro. I looked up and it's a whole body of work. So
Well, the sequence. I mean, just to start off with the sequencing, with you guys starting with the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and those all being individual songs where you start with the Father, yours was the Son, you were Holy Spirit, right? I just thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Start off the
That's
album
pretty dope.
with getting us a taste of. I gotta word that differently. Give us a song,
Especially with Mike Cream's in the building.
Mike Cream's taste.
Give us a song from each individual first,
For sure.
before getting into like more posse kind of.
Whose idea was that?
Was that? Oh yeah, with the. Was it yours?
I might have thought of that.
Yeah, I think so.
But who? So you know, I'm not sure how we came.
The Trinity, y'all are all one. It was your
Exactly.
We thought of it.
Exactly. But I felt like that was gonna be something that was drastically different from our first album.
Yeah, facts.
Paid the Price, that we dropped back in March, I think it was. So it's just like, yo, I really want to come out. I mean, obviously, other than the name Father, Son, Holy Spirit, like letting people know, like, okay, this is a Trinity.
Yeah.
But I wanted to come out heavy rap style.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about like Griselda and like the year they've been having.
Yeah.
Like, crazy.
You were saying how you wanted to kind of mimic some of their like beat styles and stuff, same tempos. So you know, we went with like the real raw, gritty rap sound and stuff.
Yeah.
Figured like,
which is my favorite.
yeah, just decided that's how we
Get to the
wanted.
bars.
Yeah. Decided that's how we wanted to open the album up, and then like you said, from there just see where it goes.
Yeah, for real. And I think it was more so that it was more so just like getting out all the creativity out of you and letting that represent God. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you just look around, it's like different facets, like, yo, people, giraffes, birds, trees. It's like, yo, this is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of just how, just throwing paint on a canvas.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, because I think I wrote mine last, because I remember Quincy said. Yeah, he sent me his on Snapchat. I remember I was like driving like during work, like I had my headphones in, and I played it, and I didn't realize like what it was. Like I didn't, because I think that's before I even knew the idea you had for the Father Son. So it just said like Father, I think, Father, and you said I listened to it. I was like, hold up. I was like, this is crazy. Like it was like bar after bar after bar. I was like, what is this for? Like, and he was like, oh, it's for the album and stuff like that. Then
Whatever.
he was just snapping at the song, and I was like, it got me real hyped, and Ray sent me my beat. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And I really wish I would have wrote more to it. I think like the half of the song I wrote like the day before we recorded, so I didn't like really know my verse like that.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I think that beat was good for you.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Tempo.
Specifically was.
And that was his idea behind it.
Yeah, it was. And he actually changed the beat because we had like more hi-hats and stuff.
Yeah, it was like a lot of bass. It was like 808s. It was consistent. It was like doom, doom, doom. When you just like take it out and like, that makes sense.
Yeah, give it that more gritty feel.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the things that you like warned me about ahead of time, because Quincy knows that I vehemently am against long albums. He was like, yo, it's 20 songs, but there's a reason for it. It'll make sense.
Did I say that?
I thought it was something to that effect.
It'll make sense.
Basically, don't judge it before you listen.
Right. For sure.
I will say that it didn't feel that long.
Word.
It didn't feel like it dragged on and you got through. Like, I think because of, like we were talking about at the beginning, where it wasn't like all three of y'all on every song.
Yeah.
I think that would have made it seem longer. So the 20 songs, when you're getting an individual Chris song and then a Quincy song and then a Philip song, it broke it up a lot more to where I didn't notice that being a problem at all.
Word.
So I will make a disclaimer that sometimes you can do 20. Sometimes.
Appreciate it, man. For sure. Yeah, because I mean, honestly, I'm kind of the same way. I'd rather just have like a shorter, condensed body of work. Yeah. But it's like I have exceptions for my favorite artists. Like if Cole wanted to drop a 20-track album, I'm listening to every song. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I would be hype.
Yeah. It's like the people that you're fans of, you want to hear more.
Yeah.
I get it. You know what I'm saying?
I've gotten so bad about it.
Oh, yeah?
I don't even want it from the people I like. I'm really serious about 10 to 15 is perfect.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Right. Well, we were talking before about that new Ty Dolla $ign. Yeah. That one's 25, but he did it in an hour.
Yeah.
I can't.
No song was over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess it depends on the way you do it. And like how different the songs are. All the songs sound like roughly the same.
It was 20 trap sounding songs.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I love like storytelling and creativity and like just talking about personal hardships. Like that's why I love Reason's album. Yeah, like just like man, he went in, bro. Like I love that outro. Like that's like I can listen to that type of rap all day.
I was going to tweet that.
Yeah.
Check it out after
for
that.
For sure.
That's facts.
Well, I wanted to, I guess, I'm going to let Moss do the same thing if you want to, but just kind of a quick thoughts on the album from my perspective. Like I said, getting to listen through it quite a bit. I was starting to write down my favorites, and it was like, I swear to God, I'm not just saying this because these are my friends. I really, really think that they've got like legitimate talent.
Man,
I was looking at favorites in Father, Son, Holy Spirit were three of my favorites.
How fitting.
Music Loud, I've liked ever since y'all put that out as a single a couple months back.
Yep.
That one seems like a good single. I mean, a good single song. It just sounds nice. And Living Water gets stuck in my head. Living Water gets stuck in my head all the time. That one might be my favorite.
Word,
that one might be my favorite.
Dope. I like that one a lot too.
Goes so hard. The production, man.
That's all him, man.
There's some good vibes on them beats for sure. For sure.
Appreciate that, man.
I gotta be honest with you. I saw the title Liddy with Jesus. I was a little skeptical.
I understand.
I kind of like that joint.
That song was fire though too. Yeah. And I wrote down here that was a Philip Pop Smoke kind of.
And it's so funny because I was not trying to do that.
I did the Welcome to the Party song. That's Philip Pop Smoke. That's how y'all go right there.
That was intentional. But the other one, I was trying because I was trying to do the one like Zoe just heard, like that song with Nipsey. And that dude, I was trying to do that, but for some reason it just got like
none of this.
It just I don't know.
With the pops.
So just like right, I think Welcome to the Party. Welcome to the Party. I think we done that right after Pop Smoke passed.
Yeah, we did.
That's why I was like, you know,
because we was actually doing that for the
Rhythm and Flow.
Yeah, Rhythm and Flow.
We was trying to submit to Rhythm and Flow.
On the show.
The Chance joint.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The party and all that.
They ain't get back to us. We're gonna remember that.
That is funny.
Prime Wave got a different meaning too.
Yo, that is funny, man. Oh my god.
Some of the other notes I had written down. You had a bar on there about I was at my lowest. Peter Griffin's wife. That was slick.
I appreciate that.
But I just. Philip really blew me away with his rapping.
Bro,
I knew that you produced
I'm telling you,
I thought of you as a producer just because that's what you would help me with music and stuff for the pod before.
100%, yeah.
But you can rap.
That's how I look at it. I says he's probably the best rapper.
Yeah.
And Chris is the most creative. Yeah. I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're the best rapper.
That's what I'm saying. I think you the best
like
rapper. Yeah, like literally everybody actually want feature. You're like, yo, go meet Quincy on this. I'm like, all right.
So you like Pusha T, he matters. I'm gonna make you rap. You gonna rap with me?
Honestly, brother.
Nah, for real. It's like, yo.
Well, I don't want to pick a best, but you were. I was the most surprised just because I didn't realize that you could rap like that. I thought of you as producer, but I mentioned before the production was crazy. All three of y'all rapped really well.
Thank you, bro.
That's just my quick quick run through of what I thought about the album.
Yeah, man. I love
Sound good. It was good. I liked it. I like that Father track. I like that Liddy with Jesus. I like that Welcome to the Party joint. I like that I'm Rich track. I thought y'all threw a little bitch in that joint on that hook. The way the hook was sounding, I was like, did they throw that in there? I couldn't really catch what y'all was saying in that hook all the time. But I thought y'all threw one in there a couple times. So I was like, okay.
It's so funny you say that. It's another track on there that my wife, like, every time I play it, she was like, did you say something about like a girl's lady part? I'm like, why would I say that?
It's Christian hip hop.
It's probably on Liddy.
I guess it's how I was hearing it. I was like, that's got to be what they said.
It's gotta be.
But yeah, I like
so funny.
I appreciate
it.
I got a question on how y'all feel about carrying the label of Christian rappers, and do you think that would hinder new listeners to listen to y'all's music because y'all rock with that label?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a great question.
I always feel like you carry that possibility when you say that. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the stigma that it has. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the approach I take to it is like, of course, like earlier with the Mike Greens being my name, and it's like if you're good enough, people will listen.
Right.
With this is even more of a stigma just because of how like wide or not so wide the genre is. I would say, we're hip hop artists at the end of the day.
Right.
But it's like the Christian aspect, I approach it like, if we truly feel like, God is who he says he is, and he gave us abilities and platforms and stuff like that, then it should be better than anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, you talking about, you take into consideration the God of the universe, the creator, you know what I'm saying? All these things that we say he is. Yeah. If he's really that, and if you're doing something on his behalf, then it should be top tier. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all think y'all need to carry that label? Because my thing is, I've always had an issue when, of course, you see that label, you're like, I ain't listening to that. You're going to pass it on by. But you hear artists like Lecrae, where it don't sound like he made Christian rap per se with the stigma. So it's like,
Toby now.
I feel like maybe it's not even needed to be said, but if you hear the music, you could just know what y'all talking about. So like a lot of our favorite rappers talk about Christianity and God and their music a lot. Jesus walk, we know this. So we heard this song. So it's like if our favorite rappers talk about Christian, we're not gonna call them Christian rappers.
Exactly.
They just rapping and they love God. So it's just like I don't think necessarily we would need it. In my side, especially listen to the music, you wouldn't think, oh, this is a Christian rapping group. No, these boys just getting to the bar.
Especially rich when you cussing in
there. They just get to it. They just love Jesus. I rock this. I like this.
No, that's a great point. It is. It really is.
Is that a self-title? I don't want to say title, but is that something that's self-described, or is that what you get referred to?
It goes back and forth. Like sometimes when people ask, I just say, we're musical artists, or sometimes I'll say we're Christian musical artists. I feel like either way they're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, maybe it's for the strategically and like as far as marketing music, it'd probably be smarter for us to just say we're hip hop artists and allow people to discover that we are a Christian. I feel like that's how ministry should be done anyway. It's like, it shouldn't be what you're saying. It's like,
you're getting the point across, you're getting the message across.
It's like how you're acting. It's like, what makes you so different? That's when you open the door to say, hey, this is
that's a good point. Because a lot of Christian music I listen to is some of it to me, like I love the message, but some of it to me is too secluded. And that's exactly
comes out a little preachy.
You know what I'm saying? Like and it
corny sometimes.
Right, like it does.
Say constricting almost.
Constrict, and it doesn't be. It's not real enough. Like how can you relate to somebody?
Like how many times you gonna flip Bible verses?
You know what I'm saying? Like what do you say to the person who's going through like their mama's on crack, this and that, and they believe in God, but their situation is just crazy. They don't, you know what I mean? So I mean, of course, you don't want to compromise your message, but at the same time, I feel like it could be a little bit more relatable.
You know what I mean, because Jesus was relatable. He was in the streets, like out here.
He was out here.
That's a really good point. I think moving forward, I'll probably be like, I won't obviously you have your different if you going to perform at a church, you're going to want to tell them. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to just casual music listeners and fans of hip hop.
So, less expectation.
Yeah.
Just listen to my music and see what you think.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you do tell people like, before you actually hear you say you're a Christian rapper, they already think, oh, he's about to be corny.
So
I think it helps us a little bit too, because like a lot of people that we ran into, they'll hear our music and be like, oh, like I can even tell it's Christian music. Like,
you can catch them off guard.
Exactly. So like imagine like you already have, the mindset like, oh, he's a Christian rapper, he's corny, but then we play like Father, Son, and Holy Ghost or something like that. Then it's like,
that's hard.
Okay.
They went crazy on
that. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's the Christian hip hop fans that really care the most about it.
Right.
Because like they'll be like Lecrae, like he gets a lot of hate because he doesn't label himself as a Christian artist.
Even though he's talk about that last one, maybe ask y'all the question.
Even though he's still, like rapping for God, he just don't want the label. So people like, nah, like you can't do that. But
I don't get that either.
That'd be weird, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be weird, like the fans or whatever.
Right.
It's kind of in the same vein. Do y'all have any thoughts about doing music with non-Christian artists?
Oh,
well, I guess
I got a whole catalog.
Yeah, I guess that answers that first question. The second question: when or if you do the song with them, do you have limitations that you have put in place to say, look, I need you to respect at least this much, or is it just
absolutely, bro.
I want to hear about all your hoes and all you smoking that dope. I want to hear all that, bro.
Smoking that dope. Gang banging.
Oh, damn, man.
Nah, man. Yeah, like you said, a lot of people come to me for like features and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone to like you said, be so secluded that they're not themselves. I don't want them to completely compromise their art, especially when they're coming to me to expand upon it. Mm-hmm. But like you said, there's just certain things that I'll like make suggestions about or try to distance myself from.
Right.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you have and this is an extreme example, but it's like if it's a pedophile over here and it's like, yo, come sit with me. It's like, nah.
Get away from me.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? You haven't personally harmed me, but like what you standing for, I don't want to be affiliated with.
I don't want to be affiliated.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's what I think too. It's like, and my thing is, to me, it all comes down to like the intention of the art. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't necessarily get on a song. Well, like, no, I would get on a song, but I wouldn't necessarily like say like use cuss words in it. But if that person is literally like being genuine about that situation, like come on, I'm producing it. Yeah, I'm gonna help you write it.
Exactly.
Let's do the track. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about respecting somebody's point in life.
Yeah, it's like just looking at them as another human.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like you. I just didn't do this. You didn't do that. Same thing.
Right.
Big facts.
Right. That's dope.
I would hope if somebody was going to collab with y'all. Like they know,
like just have that in mind.
Yeah, like, and talk about
that in mind.
Instantly where it was like, yo, come on.
Like, you came to me, you know what I do.
Why are you doing that?
And that could be another reason that we, have that title.
Just let everybody know.
Here's the label.
Read the label. Read the room.
Read the room.
Exactly.
I didn't mean to cut you off though. It sounded like you were going to say something.
I don't remember. I was going to go with something you said, but I forgot. What were you talking about?
Where we at?
I thought I had it.
Dang, what was it?
It's all good. We'll get back into it. Because I've had this similar, I guess, internal. Well, you got it. Go for it.
I was gonna say I feel like a lot of Christian artists like that work with I think even like Lecrae and stuff like that, like working with secular artists, they get like a lot of flack for that because like
that's wild.
But it's like you never know what they like. He could be ministering to them in the studio. You never know what they. I mean, that could lead them to God. God works in mysterious ways.
Exactly. Right. So like, what is the point of ministry if you're just keeping it in one circle?
Right. Keep it in the house.
Right. Like Jesus said to like spread it like the gospel to all the edges of the earth.
Right.
So it's like,
that's who you should be preaching to.
Hanging with the sinners too.
Exactly.
The holy people want you to be perfect and holy, and don't want to see the real side of things and the flaws and all that.
Right.
So one of the things that when we started the pod, that was like something that was really on my mind was like if I was going to cuss or not on on the recording. So that's how I talk normal with normal people. It's not something like I'm super proud with or whatever, but that's where I'm at right now. So that's genuine Andrew.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get and do the recordings and be like trying to do a polished version of everything that we're talking about. Like my favorite part about podcasts is it's like you're basically just hanging out with friends in a room.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have to be real polished and perfect.
Exactly.
But at the same time, like I'm going to be putting it out to everybody that I know, friends and family and stuff. And I'm, like I said, I'm not proud of it, but I don't feel like overly ashamed. Like I'm this terrible person. I don't want them to know this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do want to kind of respect my testimony. And I don't want the people that know you well enough are like, I mean, he's a really good dude. He's got a few flaws, whatever.
Yeah.
But the people that are on the outside looking in that you work with, but you're not really close with. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, they know he's a Christian dude. And then I get on here and go wild. And crazy. Go wild. Like, it's just a terrible testimony. It's been really hard to kind of try to find that balance. I mean, I don't know if I'm doing it right, to be honest with you. Yeah. Ultimately, I try not to be too insanely over the top.
Right.
I'm not going to be total Andrew, like it's just the two of us in the room. But I mean, I want to be real and keep it authentic. So I think y'all did a good job of doing that, and it doesn't come across that kind of preachy way in the music that we were able to listen to.
Thanks.
But I was really interested in that question too, because it's kind of a tough balance.
To
try to be fully yourself and also, try to walk that line a little bit.
You know what I mean, man? Yeah. It's like before we were ever Christians, we were humans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just the way you got to look at it.
Right.
It's like before I even had the ability to make up in my mind, what I wanted to live by or how I wanted to live, it's like I was just me with my flaws at first. That's still who I'm going to be.
Right.
But it's like understanding that there's a different version of myself.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, exactly. And at the end of the day, it's like still human because the point is like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It ain't even like, it ain't nothing I can do.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't go on no cross.
I was thinking about changing my last name. I don't know.
Thank God he did.
I am glad you cleared that up about that being a government name, though, because I did think that was just like a Facebook thing. I was like, oh, crisscross, that's cool.
Everybody think that.
Did you have another?
I think I know. We get some hip hop talk going on. I mean, how y'all feel about Kanye making Christian music?
I think said Conway, and I was
Griselda. We get into Griselda too. That's my guys.
Yeah. Oh, you said like Kanye as a Christian?
Yeah, and making Christian music, gospel music now. How you feel like him making that transition? How y'all feel about that?
I mean, it's that's a good.
Do y'all think it's genuine? First of all,
yeah. See, I was gonna get to that. I think it is.
I do. I like to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, me too. Because I feel like I look at it as like, if you would take some of the people from the Bible and see that change, you would be like, ain't no way he's authentic.
Yeah,
These people was like nasty.
That was everybody's beef with Paul. You know what I'm saying? They were like when he first came back to start ministry, they were like, yo, stay away. You are a murderer.
Yeah, he was like killing Christians.
Like that was legit. Like he was going crazy.
And he changed like over the course of like 3 or 4 days, I believe. Right. Going blind and to Damascus. So it's like, how can, you feel me?
Right.
So it's like, like you said, if there were biblical characters existed today, I mean, the same things would be happening. People would condemn and like just
cancel them.
Yeah, exactly.
Way worse.
Right.
And they would not have the faith that they speak about so vehemently.
Right.
Gotcha.
And I think too, like he like even if he do turn out to be a fraud, I think the point is just to
still did it.
Yeah, or like just to basically have a more understanding mindset.
Yeah.
Because even if he did it, it's like what's it got to do with you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So,
but don't make him the standard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you have things like
gotta try to figure it out himself.
Yeah, facts. Exactly. And it's like, he was fake, so the whole thing gotta be fake.
Right.
Exactly what people would say too.
Yeah.
But me personally, I think I could see changes. Like I watched his interview with Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
And you could see like certain times where he wanted to like brag about stuff, but he'll pull himself back in.
Right.
I was like little stuff like that to where it's like, if you know old Kanye, he would have just went straight there. Yeah. He could be in Walt Disney and Steve Jobs. And he would like say stuff and bring it back and be like, oh yeah, I'm a Christian. Like I gotta, hold himself accountable and stuff like that. Like,
facts.
I mean, it's not gonna change overnight. Even like when you are saved, like you'll still slip up your sin.
Exactly.
Like that's why we repent.
Yeah, people have this.
You just saved.
Exactly.
You gotta
unrealistic stigma that once you confess that you born again or whatever. You just like
the whole 180.
You cannot make mistakes.
You're like, no, I still want to knock dudes out.
And then pray after.
When they say God know my heart.
That's it. If you don't want this to happen, you better stop. Go back. Because I'm about to go crazy.
That's funny.
I think the same thing as y'all. As far as a few of the changes, I feel like that you can see has led me to believe it was genuine. This is kind of a weird, I don't know how to describe it any better than this, but there's a few things that he's said that I almost feel like you wouldn't understand unless you've been there before. Right. It was just stuff that clicked with me. Yeah, but I was like, his way of saying it is terrible. And it comes off horribly. Yeah. It's received horribly. Mm-hmm. But I understand what he's saying. I've actually felt that way before. So his genuineness and willingness to share is what is really like, made me become such a fan again, because he used to be one of my absolute favorites. Oh, yeah. And then for a while he kind of got too much for me, and now that he's kind of come back to doing this stuff, I'm back to like really rooting for everything he's doing. And he's always been so genuine. I just don't see him being fake in anything he does. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I am Kanye kind of thing.
Right.
But another discussion that me and Moss have had specifically about his music is, I think if you're looking at it like as unbiased as possible and you're just judging the music, the quality of the music, there's no way to say that what he's doing now is as good as his original, where he blew up kind of thing.
Exactly.
So in that sense, there's a decline in the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Me and him have talked about this a couple times.
Because I haven't been a big fan of this new Kanye.
I have been a fan, but like nothing like the classic Kanye.
Right.
But I think it would be unfair to equate him being a Christian to the reason for like the decline in music quality.
Right.
Just because of how I've started to see it go from like prime Ye continually. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's at a bad spot, just not where he was. Exactly. I think that's just, it's coincidentally that he happened to confess the faith as his music, is reaching, new lows. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, Jordan playing for the Wizards. I feel like almost. Right. It's like,
I guess
exactly.
The reason I look at it like I do is not that I want him to make the same music he did back then, because I feel like every album he was making, it was different. It didn't sound like the last one. Yeah. So I feel like if he's making Christian music now, it should be still that level of music to me.
Jesus walks.
It should be still that level, even though he's doing different music now. I feel like I should still be that level. It hasn't been that way to me.
Exactly.
I've been listening to
I feel like that way about the Ye album, I think it was called.
Jesus? Was it Jesus?
I think it was just Ye.
Oh, the short one? The 7-song one?
Yeah. See, I feel like that music, the Ye album is equivalent to Jesus is King musically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was pretty decent. I like that. It was pretty decent.
I feel like he doesn't care about music. Like not that he doesn't care.
That's
but I feel
another
like
thing. It's not his main focus.
Yeah, it's not his main focus. He cares like fashion.
He be all in business.
Yeah, he's making billions now off his business. It's like he's a billionaire.
Like music is just like a hobby to him right now. It's just like
that's
like. I like what he's doing with his Sunday choir though. I like that stuff. Like the different samples and stuff still in his bag.
Yeah.
But I feel like rapping is not his thing right now.
And
I feel like if he wants to, he could do it.
Right. And it's like Kanye's so like multifaceted.
Yeah,
like
he's everywhere.
Like he literally went from like the Wire to like I am a god. And it's like,
it turned quick. It's a quick turn.
Right. Production-wise, they're all crazy.
Yeah. It's just like, him, you look at him like as a producer and as a creative, he got a lot to like spew out. So it's just like, the consistency is like it's there, but it isn't
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So I feel like this kind of goes together with a question that I came up with when y'all came over a couple weeks ago to figure out our initial setup here. And the Kanye thing for me, like I said, I mean, the decline in quality of music is you can't even argue that.
Right.
But for me, I just judge it completely differently. I don't really hold the new Christian music to the same standard because I am cutting a break. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm cutting him a break in that I love what he's doing personally so much. I feel like he's on such the right path personally that I'm like, I would support anything you put out, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah.
But I really thought Jesus is King. Yeah, Jesus is King. I like that album. I did enjoy that. But that single that he just put out this past week.
That's wild. Nah.
Not a fan.
The joint with the baby on.
I don't think I heard it yet.
Yeah.
I heard a little bit.
Yeah,
I like
I'm not a
Jesus
fan of
too.
that neither. But I did like his verse on the Ty Dolla $ign joint, though.
Me too.
For the most part.
Yeah, that song was pretty good.
Yeah.
That song pretty good.
I feel like he handled that verse, especially like beat selection wise too. I feel like he handled that verse pretty good.
That was one of my favorite songs from that album.
Yeah. But I guess the question I was going to ask off of that is, now that y'all have put out multiple albums and stuff, you're like really into being an artist yourself. Do you view your favorite artists differently when they try to do something different than what you like them for?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like as a creator, if I was a creator, it would be like you're taking chances on almost anything you do. If you're trying something that's new, you're taking a big chance on if it's going to be good or not.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like if you yourself like to take those chances, you may be more willing to let your other artists do the same.
Exactly. Like you said, you brought that point up before, and I really like it. I kind of equate it with, say, if there's a basketball player who's known for being great, and they take a big shot, but it's kind of risky, and they miss it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like 9 times out of 10, they took it and they hit it. It's like, can you really be mad at them for taking that shot?
Right.
And if they don't take it, they're gonna be mad anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's like, you know.
So you'd rather have your GOATs take the final shot. Anyway. My bad.
No, that
The LeBron jab.
this is like the joint I watched with Iman Shumpert and Carmelo Anthony, and like he was mad at Carmelo for not passing him the ball. He was like, "Yo, wide open, what you doing?" And then Carmelo Anthony was like, "Chill, that's my shot. I work on that."
That's me, bro. I got that.
And then like, you know what I'm saying? And then he said he fell back and he understood like, oh, it's Melo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to your point, it's like, I
Know your
definitely
role.
do cut slack for artists.
Yeah,
Now, from that perspective of allowing them to try new things. But it's like, if you had money on that game, like you was betting on the game, and they did miss it, you still gonna be upset.
Right.
It's like, I understand.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they try something new and it doesn't sound good, you're like, man, I hate that, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? That just comes with it. It's pros and cons to being a creator.
I'd much rather them try something new on a single versus an album. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's a
like,
good
throw
point.
a single
Test
out
the
there.
water, yeah.
Because, like,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a
'Cause,
great
like,
point.
Like for us, I feel like we can like try something new because I mean like it's probably gonna be like less than 100 people. Like if it's trash or well, you know, we're not.
It's under the radar right now.
But like, you know, if you like Kanye, Jay-Z level, you know, Drake level, like it has to. You have like so many people, and then like on the side of music, like the comments and stuff you're gonna get, like you still a human even if you up there. So like, think about like I get mad when I have like 10 notifications. I'm like, I gotta keep scrolling. Imagine like 1 million people come like, yo, this is trash. Like,
And most of them hating. Most of them hating. All
trolling and stuff like that. Like,
Those are the ones you see.
Exactly. Everybody digging you up, you skip over them. The people that's hating you, like, you know what I'm saying? And literally, most of the time, you know, these celebrities will tell you when they respond, and people will be like, "I ain't really mean it. I just wanted to get a response." Like, that's hilarious. That was so weird for that.
Yeah, like come on, man.
clout.
It's so weird.
Kanye and Kid Cudi are two of those for me that I was huge fans of, and I loved them because of how different they were.
Yeah.
So once Cudi went to like more rock music, and Kanye went to Yeezus, I didn't listen to either one of their albums.
Right.
I'm fine with just not supporting it, but like other fans were like, "Yo, this is garbage. Bring back the old music." And I was just like, I mean, you just got to take what they give you. If you respect their creativity or you think that is what is like so special,
Right.
You gotta take everything.
These rappers and artists got lives too. Like they growing. They ain't the same person they were 10 years ago.
Exactly. Like Jay-Z said, like people want my old stuff, I'm an old album.
Y'all heard that? I thought it was so dope.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And just to say another point to that point is I really think I started to think like that once I started like making beats. Cause it just, you know what I'm saying?
It can be humbling for sure.
It really can. Or just simply watching the behind the scenes on a song.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's how you came up with that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like the song Waterfall by TLC.
I literally was thinking the same example.
Like
I was watching the same thing maybe.
Yeah.
Like I don't really like the beat.
Yeah, I don't either.
But when I seen, I guess it was like behind the music or something, and I seen the guy on the bass, he actually played that bass. Like, that's impressive.
Right.
You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
little drum loop.
Yeah, and then you see it built, and then it's like, I got a lot more respect for it. Absolutely.
Is that Organized Noise?
Yeah.
Is that who did that?
Yeah. I think they had a joint on Netflix about them.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And they went in depth about that.
Legendary.
What else are y'all listening to now, currently?
Oh, man.
Yo, I'm a huge Griselda fan.
Y'all rocking that new Benny?
Yeah.
Benny
Since Tanner Talk 3.
I keep listening to Bryson Tiller's Sorrows
and Always Forever.
He
got some jokes on there that
I keep stuck on Sorrows and Next to You. Those two. Like I don't know. I'm just thinking going to work. Like, what am I doing?
I keep revisiting the Nas King's Disease album.
That's
and Car 85 with Charlie Wilson.
That's probably my favorite album of the year so far.
I love that song.
I think so.
I've been revisiting Big Sean's a little bit. His album.
So I didn't like Big Sean's album. Like I don't know.
Like I said, it's certain ones that I go to.
I love Wolves.
I like them.
Yeah.
Majority, I wasn't really. I was like,
I think my expectations were like too high for him. Just because like it's been like a huge gap in music. I was expecting like something
the
crazy.
rollout. It just seemed like it was gonna be phenomenal.
That's probably why I liked it because I didn't have high expectations.
That's the same for me too.
I had high expectations for him and Bryson. So when it's not like perfect, then you kind of feel kind of skewed judgment.
Bryson he threw me all like dang. Yeah. But he said he got some others.
Yeah,
exactly. But he got some drugs in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, some jokes on there for sure.
I keep going back to Division album too.
I should say it, but
Division probably come out.
Hey, No.
No. Say it. We said it. Toy went crazy on that.
It was fine for real.
Yeah, like from start to finish, like
Stories out is fire.
Seriously,
you hear me?
Crazy.
Do you hear me?
I was busy at work. I was at work sweeping, yo. And he was going. I was like, woo! I dropped the broom. And I was just like, okay.
Like this man spit.
I'm like, okay, you got it.
It was, I don't know the name of the song, but he was like, this ain't right. Then he got the chance to rap, and he's like, irrelevant. I was just like, he in his bag.
And that song that he made that was like that Chance song.
Yeah.
Remember, guy was like, he ain't have to do that to Chance. He ain't have to do that to Chance.
Oh man, like LeBron in it. He listened to it.
Wayne and Slim was the one that he flipped.
You
That
right.
Chance flip.
Yeah.
That song was crazy.
He snapped, man.
Yeah, that was a good one. Nothing bad to say there at all.
What you mentioned something.
Division.
I think that's a 10 out of 10.
No skip.
Yeah.
Those are my guys.
No skips on the album.
Division.
They fire,
I think that's
bro.
literally a perfect album.
Yeah, I agree.
I rock with Division. Them some cold boys right there.
I liked Party Next Door's album. It was like it wasn't his best.
Oh yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah.
Overall. Not the one he just released, like this Lucy's.
The little pack.
But Party Mobile.
Okay,
I like that.
Believe it.
What's like the main song? The joint he's talking about like cheating on Kaylani.
Savage Anthem.
That's
He went hard on that one.
What's the other joint like PLT or something like that? Or
Not PGT.
PGT.
Yeah, that's my joint.
Pizza
But
ball.
Kaylani, speaking of her, she was in Bryson Tiller's recent video.
Getting messy.
Getting spicy.
It was good messy. It was okay.
I ain't even watch that thing. I'm good. She was on Ty Dolla Sign joint too.
Yeah.
Well,
Y'all listen to a lot of R&B then?
Yeah,
I do.
I think I prefer R&B over rap.
Me too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like the older I get, the more I get more. You know.
Like I said, I'm
Definitely
just so
some R&B.
drawn to music, man. Like,
Yeah.
when I hear dope melodies and sounds, I'm
Right.
like,
Y'all like Brent Faiyaz?
yes,
Yeah, he does.
fire, bro.
Yeah,
boy, we going
Fire.
crazy.
I've been on him for a couple of years. Yeah, I think his Lost EP is perfect.
Yeah, that joint was fire.
Yeah.
I listen to one joint from him and sound just like
I gotta go back to that.
That Brent Faiyaz, I've been telling y'all about him. That boy be going crazy.
you,
He be
but
going crazy.
I like.
I didn't grab me like that, but he
Six
said
Lack
it's
a lot.
perfect.
I like Black. Yeah, I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
like
the more I
Black is
listen
really
to it,
good.
Yeah.
I love Black.
I love his ATL freestyle.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, that's
I
hard.
keep going back to that.
I'm getting more and more into R&B over the last year and a half or so, and I'd be lying if I said it wasn't like probably kicked off by the Sleeper segment on JVP.
Yeah.
And they really played so many good R&B
Yeah.
songs. I was
Yeah.
like, man,
They was hitting you every
start
week.
checking
Yeah.
this. The more I add to the library, the more I like. So I'm getting there. But I was telling Moss yesterday, with the new rap that comes out, there's so much that comes out, and I've been like so into rap for so long that nothing really stays around for too long
Right.
in my rotation. But when it comes to R&B, since I'm still kind of just dabbling,
Yeah.
I only have a handful of people that I really like.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna end up playing this Ty for the next 3 months probably.
Yeah.
Because it's just easy to throw on in the background
It is.
and
Yeah.
kind of have a vibe rather than
Exactly.
like listening to Roy spit the
Ex-
crazy
exactly.
shit.
It is.
Yeah, you gotta be in like in a
Effortless
certain
music,
like
yeah.
mood to.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like R&B because I can throw it on and not really listen to it. I just hear like the
Yeah.
background
Catch
noise.
that
So I can,
vibe.
like,
Yeah.
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 Exactly. That's why I like early Party Next Door stuff, like Party Next Door 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like I think those are like timeless or like classics.
No, I was
Yeah.
listening to one of them the other day.
Yeah, so good. Them two, man.
And early weekend stuff.
Soundtrack to senior year.
Go
For sure,
buddy.
high school.
I did mean to ask you earlier about how do y'all feel about when people say you sound like another rapper? Like, even if it was just for a song or in general, like does that bother y'all? Like,
I've never got that before.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
good, 'cause
yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't come up with it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. You
I always, I think mainly.
You got one.
Oh yeah, our friend.
What is that?
He said Talib Kweli. I think it's just because I'm from up north. Like, it sounds nothing like it, but he's just a terrible. What's the word?
Person.
Yeah,
He's a terrible person.
yeah.
He needs to check himself. That is
I don't
funny.
know. He's just a weirdo. Hard though, like.
Right.
But I love like street rap though. Like if it's not real lyrical, I love like street rap. Even though like
You got examples?
You know.
Anybody off the top?
like definitely like that's what made me a fan of Benny the Butcher or like Pusha T, stuff like that. Like
Freddie Gibbs.
even yeah,
Freddie Gibbs dope.
yeah.
my guy.
It's just like I love the realness behind it. I think that's what it is. Like the realness behind it, and like the imagery and stuff like that. That's why I really respect like the game
Yeah.
because like
Game
I feel
is
like
fire.
like you don't have to be the best lyricist, but if you could like paint a picture. Like Game's 1992 album, he made you feel like he was in the LA riots.
That album
Yeah.
is so
Like,
underrated,
perfect.
man. The
I
storytelling,
never thought about that with Game.
bro.
Yeah.
I do like Game a lot.
Yeah.
I
Have you
hadn't
heard
thought-
1992?
Not real. A couple of tracks, but no, I
Bro.
didn't really check that out.
Game like a
Listen to it
chameleon.
Start to
From
finish.
the top.
Yeah, he is a comedian.
And
Yeah.
You might start gangbanging after you listen to it. It's like
the story,
Oh, I'm gonna be a crib for 2 days.
the storytelling is so good on there, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so good.
I always think of Pusha T. When
Yeah.
you're talking about painting the pictures and stuff.
exactly
That's
like
my guy. Where-
rapping about coke for 20 years and then not get born. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah, how do you do that?
yeah.
I think one of the coldest things Pusha T ever said. It was like the imagery. He was like, what did they say? Fiends in the crack house, backroom black house, smoke hit their lungs, make them UFC tap.
Was that on Trouble on My Mind? Like with him and Tyler
Yeah,
Creator?
yep, that was it.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think
No,
it was.
I know that whole
No,
thing, like word.
It was
for
on
word.
another joint. Remember that little tape you used to play?
Trouble on My Mind.
No, it was another
It might
one.
be. It might
Yeah,
be.
it's like it's the like
I keep hearing
it's the
that.
black out. Rory got the
Back out.
No, I see it won't. It won't.
But
play.
it was like the same flow.
Yeah, same flow. It was. I think it was a joint where they.
You
sampled-
all right? It is a different song.
Yeah, they sampled what's that joint like from DLC like the formula. I think they sampled the formula.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
It's not coming to me.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's to play it.
it's a different song.
Yeah, it's a different
Like
song.
him on Drug Dealers Anonymous. I
Yeah.
think that was a perfect
Oh,
verse.
yeah, I love
That beat was crazy. I still don't
Everybody
know.
done that beat
Who
one
made
time.
that?
I know who made
I
that.
don't
beat.
know.
It's
They
nuts.
went crazy
It's
on
hard.
that.
We did.
Jay-Z killed that too.
Yeah.
Goop.
Are there any of the young artists that y'all are listening
Lil
to?
Mosey.
Or do that?
I don't really listen to
I don't yeah.
artists.
None
Like,
of them, huh?
yeah, because like you know, like rest in peace, Juice WRLD, but like he had some songs I like, but I couldn't get into the.
These are real weird, different styles.
Yeah, I couldn't get
It's
into like
depressing.
the constant like I'm sad.
Yeah.
Same like with XXX.
Triple A, I like it.
Yeah,
I like some
but
of his stuff.
he put me like in a depression mood. For
Yeah,
real. I remember I listened to his
yeah.
album one day. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, do I got problems? like what's
I
going
like
on?"
some
Like,
of his stuff.
Yeah.
All these young guys, they going through it out here.
Yeah, I'm just drawing a blank.
Right.
I'm just drawing a blank right now, but I do like some of the young guys.
Lil Baby and Roddy, I think, are the ones.
I like
Yeah,
Roddy.
yeah,
I do like
Roddy
Roddy.
Ricch.
That what was that jump from Lil Baby? About the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
Bigger than black and white.
Bigger,
Something like that. Black and white.
yeah,
Something like
bigger
that.
picture.
Bigger
I think.
picture. That's
Yeah.
right.
That he killed that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
hard.
Killed
yeah,
that.
He went crazy.
He was going in.
Yeah, he
like,
really was.
he surprised me with that. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know he had that in him. But,
I definitely do like Roddy though.
I want
Yeah.
to see another album from him. Because I wasn't a fan of his before. I just didn't know him really.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when he dropped this last album, I was like,
Yeah,
this
it's some
is-
joints on
this is
there.
the dude,
Like
right?
Perfect
there.
Timing, God's Eye View.
Yeah, I
That's
love
my
pretty
joint.
much the whole thing. That one
Yeah.
really blew me away.
It's fine.
Trying to think who else.
Yeah, I know it's hard off the top. I can't even think either.
Like who?
Corday is dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
a spitter.
I ain't gonna say it.
Got to now.
I'm gonna say I think he's more overrated than what people like say like.
I think it's because of that first project.
Yeah.
Like, people didn't expect that.
I think
expect
that, and
to
I feel
happen.
like everybody else is like so down here
Right.
that you
That
can
if
say
you not-
average stuff.
I
You up
agree.
here
I
like,
agree.
like he can rap,
I
but
agree.
he's nothing like special to me.
I agree.
What do you think about Kendrick then?
See, Kendrick is different because he has like his own pocket to where it's like his imagery builds a lot for his lyrical.
Yeah.
I feel like
His
exactly.
creativity.
Exactly. I
he
feel
has
like
a flow, but he doesn't have like
Kendrick's rapping is not like
Oh,
otherworldly,
yeah.
but his creativity
Yeah.
mixed with
His
the
flows
imagery,
be crazy
Yeah,
too.
the
yeah.
flows, and then the
crazy.
musicality, the weird, like all of that makes
Yeah.
for a great artist.
It really
I've
does.
got him up there.
Yeah.
but,
Me
I,
too.
but I understand why other people don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because that exact criticism that you just had, that
Yeah. It's like, okay, compared to everyone here,
right.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
understand why people listen to him and they're like,
and his
I don't get why
consistency is
people
there
love
too.
him.
Like
Yeah, because it's
Right.
like I don't look at J. Cole as one of the top bar.
I agree.
Because like these are about bars, Lil
Right.
Wayne, Eminem.
Like I said,
They
my
got
top
bars,
five, I
yeah.
got Lil Wayne lyrically,
Yeah.
not in order. Lil Wayne, Eminem, Royce,
Yep.
Sci-Hi,
People like that.
Who else?
Sci-Hi.
Who was my fifth? King Los. Yep.
Yep.
Like those
Sci-Hi album
guys,
coming.
bro. Yeah, those guys. Like they
Dudes
said,
like that used to
they said lines where I'm like, yo,
Like,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember I went to see Sci perform one time.
Really?
Oh, really?
Blew me away. When I went to see him, it was him, Ty Dolla, and Big Crit.
Wow.
Okay.
Virginia Beach, bro.
that's a sick
That's-
show.
Sci came
That's
out
solid.
and just rip bars for like 5 straight minutes. Like just killed everybody in the crowd. Rip
He's
bars 5 straight
fire.
minutes. He dropped that that Kanye joint he did. Ridiculous. That joint, he dropped
Paul.
that
I'm so
joint.
Paul,
Yeah,
right?
Paul joint. He
Yeah,
dropped
yeah.
that joint.
That's a hard beat.
Crowd went crazy. I was like, yo, he went crazy. He went crazy.
Bro, I think they put
That's
me
right
on
after he dropped that
Sci-Hi
last
for
album.
real. Well, Cold as Ice.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
was the first thing I
That was
remember.
hard.
Like that beat was crazy.
Y'all,
The flow.
y'all remember that Looking for Trouble record?
That's my favorite.
Cole went in.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite Cole verse.
Yeah,
of all time.
yeah.
Okay.
Where the
He
beat
went
blacks
in.
out of the
Exactly.
and he just goes acapella
He
and keeps
snapped.
on killing it.
Oh man,
That's one of-
Sci-Hi
that's-
killed that. Yeah.
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 Sci-Hi, I got on the Sci-Hi like more seriously once he did the first Black History project.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Killed
them
it.
jokes was fire.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah.
the bars on that
Bars,
one.
I'm telling you, he
It
is
was
up
It
there.
reminded me of Fat. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
constant
Yeah.
bars
Yeah.
that you'd be like, oh man, that's a funny joint.
That's what
it's
it's
crazy.
crazy. Say like sound like Fab on certain songs.
Yeah.
That's it.
I guess like a model.
If there's an
I think it's
artist,
probably the New York accent.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I do that with a lot of the Cali dudes, where I'm like, oh, they kind of sounded like it's really they
Like
just
this-
got the same
Yeah.
accent, and they
Yeah.
say a word a certain way. But
Yeah.
not really like their.
But I
flow is
will
the
say
same.
that D Smoke sounds just like Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Yeah.
Yes.
J.I.D.
Well,
sound
his
like
brother,
Kendrick, too.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
That was his name.
Sir.
D Smoke, Sir, yeah.
Sir,
His brother
yeah.
is Sir. He signed it. He
Yeah,
signed
yeah.
it.
Sir is fire. Sir is fire.
Yeah, I forget that. Yeah, he's dope.
So it makes sense.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Who else was I just thinking of? I can't remember. Oh, I mean, I was just gonna mention that I did notice how much y'all switched up flows on the album. I figured that was a Bone Thugs influence.
Yeah, 100%.
Just like in mid-verse, switch up the flow kind of thing. That's always cool.
Yeah. I always like to do that because I hate when, like, it's hard for, I think, anybody to, well, you know, just generally speaking, like, to listen to the same artist for like an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I always make it a point to keep it interesting. Like, the way you. So in some cases, you even change your pitch.
Yeah.
Right.
In the way you rap, because you know.
I feel like
You know what I'm saying?
consistently for every album that I've deemed great, like Boogie's album and at the top of last year, I thought that was a everything's for sale.
That's dope.
It's like with that, and then you got stuff like Good Kid, Mad City,
Yeah.
Perfect album.
Crazy.
Forest Hills Drive. I feel like the albums that I absolutely love.
Born Sinner.
Yeah, that's great.
That's my favorite Cole album.
Yeah, mine too.
They got like the skits are strategically placed, and then like the songs, and the songs can exist by themselves or in the body.
The context of the album,
like those are always my like what I consider perfect.
Kendrick does that well.
Yes, bro.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like a
So I'm
movie.
like, man, yo, like that adds on to your point about like giving people a break. It's like if you like. You give me a break from the music, but you're still walking me through this story. Like, I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's the best.
That's why like the Tory's first album, even though like when it sounds like Kendrick.
That's my favorite album.
I told you, I think that's like one of the top underrated albums.
No,
For sure.
Like especially like the first skit when he getting kicked out and stuff.
Yeah, that was so sick. Yeah, that was so sick.
Y'all were telling me about that a couple weeks ago. I still haven't.
Oh yeah, I told you
I
about
didn't get
Tory.
on the Tory till this year.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't until it was really because of Instagram.
Yeah.
Quarantine.
I just was seeing him and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Well, did that come first or was Chicks Tape?
That was before
Wow,
Quarantine Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He dropped that.
So that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Chicks Tape
That was
5.
the first time I really listened
Yeah.
to him and I was like, oh, okay.
Chicks Tape, that's
this
like
is
a
really good.
that was a household thing. I'm not sure about now, but people look forward to that every year. Twitter would go off.
Because he would just kill everybody's song.
Yeah.
He would kill
Yeah.
Like the
everybody's
Lil
song.
Wayne singing, like
Yeah.
taking
No
beats
songs.
and
Yeah, he had that equivalent for sure.
I was going to ask you about Joyner.
Joyner, what's up?
Nah.
Joyner came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
I know that's your guy.
Yeah,
Did you have any initial
like I
thoughts
said,
on that album?
he's my favorite artist. Cole is my favorite rapper. Joyner, I just love his creativity.
Yeah.
What he done with music videos, his directing is second to none. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really is.
I feel like with him musically, it's the same thing that we were saying earlier. It's like when you compare it to people. So like I think he seems like a better rapper than he actually is, just because of what he can do compared to people. With him, I like content as opposed to music.
Right.
I feel like musically he's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love his like the flows and cadences he can get into. But just listen to him straight up, just an album without any like visuals, there's kind of a disconnect for me. You know what I'm saying? The album overall was dope. I love it when he just when he's just real and he just talks about issues and like as opposed to just trying to impress me with
you catch a single.
Yeah. Like
the
just
Chris
you know what I'm
Chris
saying?
Brown stuff.
Exactly. So it's like
He seems to be trying.
He trying.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Like, he
I think I said in the chat, he need to just put out visual albums.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
make videos for all the
That's-
songs, 10 tracks, and
that's-
just put that joint out like
that's
that.
for real.
It would be
That's
crazy.
his pocket, bro.
You know he would kill it.
That's his
Yeah.
pocket.
Right.
Because I mean, some of the videos I can name 10 videos from him where I was mind blown. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I
Right.
can't do that with songs.
Right.
Right.
Are there
Exactly.
any others that come to mind?
As far as
Videos. Kendrick and Freddie are two. Freddie Gibbs and Kendrick. They're just creative videos. I've been blown away.
yeah,
with the
fire.
music
I was just watching the Gibbs video.
Gibbs
Other than
started doing mini movies.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
within the last year and a
Yeah.
half.
Just
Every
been clean.
video is like 8 minutes with
Yeah.
acting in it
Yeah.
and stuff. He's really good.
And he's funny.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
hilarious.
he's
Especially on
legit.
Instagram, he's
That's a
hilarious.
funny
He's
dude.
legit funny. Videos. Who got good videos?
I would say Wayne had a good run of videos, like creative wise, from like was like the Millie as
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
and it-
shoot for like
Yeah.
give money to
Yeah.
business office and how
Yeah.
it's went in.
Yeah.
I think that was creative.
I think we got good videos. Who had good videos was Ludacris.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
somebody who reminded me of that is the baby.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
The
yeah.
Baby's
got the, like,
videos have been
wacky,
crazy.
Yeah.
quirky
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Those
Like,
two are
yeah.
like identical.
That's a good point. That's a good
Same
one.
lane at least.
Right.
That's another good one. I'm not sure. I'd have to think on,
Mm-hmm. Real elaborate
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, those are good ones. Yeah, Joyner was weird though. It was weird that he had the Nipsey sound. Was so
you know,
evident.
it's crazy. Like all of like my friend circle, like you guys and stuff, pointed it out, and I didn't even catch on to it.
I didn't catch it either.
You know what I'm saying?
As soon as like one of usually the second or third song, as soon as
third.
As soon as he started rapping, I was like, why does it sound so familiar? But it's like even the way he pronounced certain stuff,
like with the accent,
I didn't catch any of
The
it.
little pause in between bars.
Yeah. The one I really caught it was the Rick Ross joint.
Yeah,
Like with the dun 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 and then dun. Yeah, that's new.
I like the joint on that song. And I really I felt like that was a layup for Ross, but he just didn't deliver.
He got real lazy.
Yeah,
Right. Gave him a throwaway verse.
Right. Exactly, bro. Like, because what the song was about, like just talking about like legacy and all that, and I'm like, yo, Ross is gonna kill his
That's what I'm saying.
And it just seemed like he never really got to any specific point.
Yeah,
then the verse was over. I was like, dang. You know what I'm saying?
I would have been like, I need my money back.
What I meant to say, bro, it just came to me as far as videos, Katori Walker. Like, he's a smaller artist.
I've heard of that name before.
He's from Pasadena, California.
Does he rap fast?
Not really. Sometimes, but he reminds me of Jordan with his creativity.
Okay. Name one more time.
Katori Walker.
Katori Walker.
He has he released this EP called A Minute of Your Time, and it was like maybe 5 or 6 tracks where all the tracks were just a minute, and then like he had music videos for each one, and they were so dope. Yeah. Like, so creative. I love it.
Check him out.
Yeah, he's fire. He released the EP a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Idols.
It's Idols, yeah, and it's dope because all of the can you like read out the track list
of Idols.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's What You Need.
And it's like parentheses K dot. So it's
Hot
like
Now, Aubrey, Many Men, Curtis.
Yeah. And then on the album cover, he has like it's combined of all those tapes put together. See, it's like nothing was the same. Yeah, and then the Kendrick picture. Yeah,
that's hard. That's the stuff.
That's kind of hard.
That's my favorite.
I gotta check that out.
I'm telling you, he's creative.
He's
creative. I thought that was a dope.
When you're putting in that kind of detail into something, I respect
it. Took me a minute to get it. I was just looking at it and I was like, yo, that's fire.
Yeah.
Well, that was one thing that we missed though. I dropped the ball on that. Your cover art. The cover art. You have a similar idea of talk to us about the cover art. Explain it, I guess, for the people who haven't seen it.
That was more of your idea, right?
Yeah, because we were trying to figure out cover art for it, and just went with the Trinity thing. I don't know how I thought about it. I was just like,
so is that like a collage of y'all's faces?
Yeah, that's all different faces. I photoshopped it and put it together.
Okay.
I thought it was sick.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Like, it's kind of hard.
I'm trying to think of something for Trinity, and I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, just put all 3 of our faces together.
Same
3 in
concept,
1. But then, like, you can still, like, if you really look at it, you can still see all 3 of us in it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how we, like, try to carry ourselves, like, as a group. Because, like, if one of us mess up, everybody's going to look at all 3 of us.
That'd be
accountability. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Unification for sure.
Yeah, and we just wanted to keep it simple, too.
Yeah.
Right.
I liked it a lot.
That's hard.
And I did mean to ask you more about your name too, the G.I. Wonder name.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask that.
Somebody asked about that recently, and I had trouble answering them. Like I was like,
I remember it came from. It was supposed to be my, like when I produced, that was supposed to be my name. So I remember the tag I had for it was like the tag I created was like the sound of a wolf. It was just like literally, if I made a beat, I put it to a wolf and then put G.I. Wonder. And then after that thing, I was just like, yo, we should name our stuff that.
Yeah.
And then it just came like that.
It's another one of those names with no real significance.
It means what you want to mean.
It just worked.
G.I. Wonder.
That's dope.
The album cover though, I like that a lot.
I appreciate it, G.
Good stuff.
Sure.
Good stuff.
Did you have any other specific questions that you had, Moss? I asked pretty much everything I wanted to.
Yeah, I think I got all I want to get out, especially the names. Got the names cleared up.
Gotta get to the bottom.
It's cleared up. Yeah, y'all dope, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Keep that joint moving.
Yeah, we'll definitely have. I'm not sure exactly when I'll put this out or when we'll do that. How you want to roll it out? We'll get links and everything in there so we can get people to the album
and to the podcast. Yeah,
I'm excited about people getting a chance to hear it, and hopefully we can cross over with y'all, get you some more fans. You grab us a few fans.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers. There you go.
We gotta be the Ninja Turtles. That's the squad.
I'm dead.
We're already working on the third album too.
Yeah, so the third album is going to be Trinity 2, like TOO. Yeah, that's the third installment.
It's crazy. I went
already
over.
started.
I went over his house. What was it? 2 days ago.
Yeah.
He played me the intro for it.
So crazy, right?
Like literally, I was like the feeling I got from it. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, what are you doing? Like a mad scientist for real.
Yeah.
Like when I heard it, I was just like,
snippet too.
Need to let Mose hear that.
Yeah, I
understand. Yeah, man.
I was just like, we need to record like right now.
We're a few tracks into the Trinity 2.
Already a couple into the new one. And did you say that the first album came out earlier this year?
Paid the price.
Yeah.
That was.
I thought that was last year.
It feels like
I thought it was last year
it
too.
really feels like it, but
Yeah, it was March.
Now pounding out the projects.
well, see, the thing is, it's not like we working. Well, we finally are working hard. I don't think we should get any real credibility because take it. We were trying to put out an album ever since senior year in high school.
Yeah,
Literally 2020 is when we released our first one. I graduated 2014.
Yeah.
So it's like it's been a long time coming, but
that's why I said on a DVO last year. I was like, for 5 years we've been saying we was dropping the album.
Yeah, facts. So
It's good.
Well worth the wait. If this
Y'all on the roll now.
man,
Y'all on the roll
appreciate
now.
it.
Keep it
Yeah,
going.
yeah, man. We
Sure.
got
Well,
some
stay
dope
on the
stuff
lookout. Then we'll have maybe we'll do something again in the future. Then
We should for sure.
every time y'all got an album, come on through.
There we go.
We'll figure out some
through.
stuff in between. But we
So,
appreciate y'all checking in.
Appreciate y'all, man, for
Yes,
sure.
indeed. October 30th.
Yeah, October 30th.
Trinity. Go get it.
Trinity. Go get it.
Top 5 dead or alive. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
with Jesus. All
I'm so dead.
right. Well,
That's dope.
until next time, we'll be back. Peace out.
You're
Living water, you already know. My cup runneth over, yeah. And I put that on, bro. I serve the God of the ages, and just letting you know, I need that living water.